Good afternoon, morning. Um, I'm now on the West Coast a little, so it's a little earlier for me. Um, I am sitting here, of course, reflecting on the decade and my past year and kind of where I am and also where the world is or where the planet is. And it has been an amazing 10 years of change and advancement. And this is typical. Every 10 years, you see, you know, new technology. Every decade has its own vibe and style and, you know, new laws that come into place and things that fall off and things that come in. And in my past 10 years, and specifically in the past 5 years, I have gone through a massive awakening, um, being able to see, being aware, becoming aware, and really learning the truth of the reality and spirituality and life and being human and being a woman and um, different things like that. And then there was a period of, God took me through a period of giving me everything I thought I wanted, everything I thought I needed to be happy or to have the life I wanted. And I really, my little standards, which they were, I really got everything I thought I wanted. Um, to show me, I believe, how little that was, how much I was playing myself, um, and what He wants to give me, and understanding what is God and what is me. You know, what is my ego and what is my higher self and my highest self, and what is me with confidence and self-esteem and healing and all those sort of things. And after that, there was definitely a breaking, a breakdown, a stripping away, just having to let go of all the things that brought me to that place, the beliefs, the desires, the false realities, the lies, just becoming disillusioned. And it was really hard. It was a lot of heartbreak. It was a lot of loss. It was a lot of, going without. And I also can liken it to similar to the Exodus story where, they were enslaved and they came out of bondage, and then, you know, they got freedom, which is what they thought they wanted and needed to have the life they wanted. But then there was a excuse me, there was a wilderness period. And in that wilderness period, you feel very lost. You have to trust. You have to rely on God. And in the Bible, they had to follow Moses. And, they complained a lot, and there was a lot of different things. And there's so many different experiences I've had that have related to that whole process and journey, whether I'm one of the people in the wilderness or if I was Moses. And, I had a definite breakdown. It was I was a part of it, in terms of what God brought me through. I knew what I was doing, and I knew that it was something that I needed. I needed to break down and stop, to rest, to recover, to heal, to process, to do those things. And there has been so much uncertainty. There has been so much need for trust and understanding that things change and how to process those changes, how to process losses, and how to rebuild and how to heal. And at this point, and even with other people, I see that now is a time where I feel that I have gone through all of this and I am now at the promised land. right? And now for me, it's time to build. It's time to build. It's time to build. And for other people, what I see a need for is the ability, the tools, the knowledge that is necessary to come through that change, to process the wilderness, to get from, what you don't want to be, the life you don't want to have, the relationship you don't want to be in, the job you don't want to work, whatever it is, to the period in between that, and actually arriving and being able to get there. And I feel that for this new year and this new decade, it's important for me to start sharing what I've learned, the tools I used, the knowledge I have. I've always known that no matter what I was going through, because I've been through some very difficult times, very difficult times, and I feel that it was necessary for me to be able to understand others and to be able to understand where they're coming from a place of experience and wisdom and not just assumption. And so, with that in mind, I want everybody to recognize and understand the transition that we're all in. Even as we go from a new decade, there's a transition. The past 5 or 10 years, there has been massive just restructuring and awakening and awareness in government, in politics, in the education system, in the family structure, and what it means to be a man or a woman or a human, and spirituality. We are very much shifting into a different era, a different age, a different decade, however, and all that you want to observe it. And hold on, and you're going to make it through. And there'll be more.